All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you're all doing well. There we go. All right, happy Wednesday. We are on a different schedule today. So you should be following the Wednesday schedule. A couple of announcements. First of all, we have an exam on Friday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. The exam is from 8 to 9. Don't be late. I have time set up, so it's going to start at 8 and it's going to cut you off at 9. So make sure that you join the exam on time. I'm going to show you how to do that. You have 15 minutes to turn in your scratch paper. So you have 1 hour to take the exam, and you have 15 minutes to turn in your scratch paper. All right, I'm gonna show you that in a minute. Before Friday, you need to get your online account. I can help you get it if you're having trouble. There's only 24 that have the online account right now, and I need 39. So if you guys don't hurry up and get going here, you're not going to be able to take the exam, and you're not going to be able to study for it. So you need to get the online account. You guys got to get with it. Okay, put it in like 4th gear now. Some of you are not even in gear yet. So it's going to be a major problem if you don't get on board here. The other day, I went through your e-text online, and if you weren't here, you didn't watch the video, then you need to watch the video. I'm not going to go over it again. So the e-text in MyMathLab, that's your online book. It is an interactive book. And if you want to study for the exam, what you want to do is go to the problems that I assigned and click on those globes in the exam. If you want to, excuse me, in the assignment, if you want to study for the exam. So once again, if you need help registering for your online class, all you have to do is let me know. I can walk you through it. But right now I only have 24 in the online class, and I need 39. So what's going to happen is when you, on Friday morning, when you go to MyMathLab through Google Classroom will guide you through it. I'll show you in a second. You will see the exam, okay? And all you do is take the online exam and submit it. The only other thing you need to know is, and this is all in writing, you have to submit your scratch paper. The scratch paper needs to look like an assignment. So you know how you do your assignments? That's what the scratch paper looks like. If you do not submit your scratch paper, regardless of the grade you get, you will get a 0. You have to submit your scratch paper to justify that you did it. The exams are, all the problems and distractors are mixed up, so no two exams are alike. So even if you sit next to someone to take the exams are all going to be different. So they're all jumbled. The exams are all different. So you need to know what you're doing. All right. Okay. So let me take you through the exam. I'll show you how it's set up and everything. I have some notes written here. Let me just go over these. It is a timed exam. They are switched. You're taking photos of your scratch paper and submitting them to Google Classroom. On your scratch paper, make sure you write the original problem. Make sure you write big. Make sure you write clearly. Make sure you keep your work organized, because I will look at it. So even though I don't look at the assignments, I will be looking at the exam, the scratch paper. Write vertically and circle your answers. So I've been training you with the exams to do that. So hopefully you've been doing what's necessary for the exams, because that's how I want to see the scratch paper. I will not grade the scratch paper if it's all jumbled up and messed up. So don't make my job hard, and make sure you're following the requirements and that you're showing your work like you do on the assignments. Make sure you do your own work. Any suspicious activity could result in a student not being able to take future exams. Yeah, and if this is the case, you will not be able to enhance your grade, because the exams are 60% of the grade. All right, so I just want to I want to show you what I've done is trying to make things as possible. So what I want to do right now is I want to share my screen. And I want to go into Google Classroom. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to go to Let's Go, and I'm going to pick my G Suite, which is Google Classroom. Let me get into period 1. Okay, so here you are. And if you notice that I put something in the stream here, so I'm going to read it. On Friday, August 21st, please take exam P1 at 8 o'clock. You will enhance your overall grade. If you do well, you will have 60 minutes to do it and 15 minutes to submit your scratch paper. In order to get credit for the exam, you must submit your scratch paper to justify your work. The scratch paper must be legible and formatted like an assignment. You're welcome to take the exam earlier. However, you may not take it later without express teacher permission. Good luck. Click on classwork and find the exam. All right, so like I said here, you cannot take the exam later. So for those of you guys who are having issues, if you don't let me know immediately, you're going to be expected to take the exam. Make sure you tell your parents. Can't be distracted, can't go to the store, can't mow the lawn. You are in class. You are expected to take this exam on Friday morning. And if you plan on taking it later, you will get a 0. You must take the exam when I give it. It is hard to create. It is hard to distribute. So make sure you take the exam when I give it. Okay, now what I want to do is go into classwork and show you the directions that I gave for the exam. So here is the P1 exam, and I'm just going to hit edit here so you can see it bigger. Okay, this is exam P1, which will enhance your overall grade. I'm telling you when it's going to be given. You will have 15 extra minutes to submit your scratch paper. And here are the directions. You're going to click on the link below. When you click on the link, it's going to take you directly to MyMathLab, and all you do is put in your username and password. If you do not have your username and password, you can't take the exam. So that's why you need to get registered. And I've been going over that a million times. So you will go to your class, Precalculus, and you will take the exam and make sure you hit submit. MyMathLab will grade the exam for me, and I will also look at it. Make sure you take a picture of your scratch paper with your phone, then submit the photos to Google Classroom of your scratch paper. So this is it. It's all here for you. All the directions are here. And just know that when you click on this link down here, it will take you to MyMathLab and you will be able to take the exam. Does anybody have any questions? Now, I spent a lot of time writing this out and setting it up so it would be clear and easy for you to do this without any difficulty, but you have to do your part, guys. You got to get registered. And that's something I can't do for you. I mean, I can do a lot, but you got to get going here. You got to get registered. You have to practice the exams in the practice the problems in the e-text and the assignment, and be ready to go. If you wait for the last minute to figure things out, everything's going to get messed up. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to come to your rescue. I'm coming to your rescue now. Make sure if you need help with something, let me know as soon as possible. If you wait till Friday, it's going to be a disaster. All right. Anyone want to ask me any questions about anything right now? Like I said, if you need help personally, let me know. I can walk you through it. But you guys need to get those accounts. Now, one more thing. I'm having you fill out a form to give me your login information. And the reason for that is if you forget your information and you ask that, the publisher will say, did you forget your username or password? And you click on that, the district is going to block you from everything. So do not if you forget your login information, do not ask the publisher to send it because you will be blocked by the district. So that's why I'm having you fill out a Google form so I can keep track of it. So if you forget your login information, I can send you the information. Okay, do not contact the publisher if you forget your login information. Make sure you ask me. Okay, anybody want to ask me any questions about anything? Anybody confused about or something that it's really easy for me to forget something, so I really need you guys to help me out. Is there anything you're wondering about that I forgot or that you think I should mention? Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, so for the scratch paper, let's just say you come across a problem that you already know. Would you still want me to write it down and write it all out, or would you? Because I know that I'm pretty sure this is going to be timed. Or would you be okay with me just writing the answer down, or are you not?
Okay, let me put it this way. That's a very good question, right? Because who wants to waste time when you're on a time test? Okay, so let me say, if it is a problem that doesn't require work, you don't have to show it. But if it's a problem that does require work, you have to, because you have to prove to me that you're taking this test. You see what I mean? I mean, you have your phones and everything. You can FaceTime somebody, and possibly be talking to them and everything else. So you're writing down everything you need to justify to me that you are the person taking this exam. So let's say the question is true or false. You might just hit, false, right? But if it's a problem that I feel that requires 3 steps, you have to show the work. You have to show the work. So to sum it up, that's a good question. I think that I assigned, there were 10 different sections or 12. I assigned 2 problems from each section. So it's about 20 problems.
Oh.
The test, they're not the most difficult ones. So don't worry about the most difficult problems. Worry about the first, 5 or 6 problems that I assigned in the assignment. Okay, I'm not trying to trick you. So if you go through the e-text and you practice all those problems in the first sections of the assignment, you're going to be good to go. But see, you want to practice because, you're not taking something with me in class. You have to figure out the notation and everything else in this MyMathLab. So you have to practice entering notations and everything else. So you do want to practice. But yes, you have to show your work on everything that requires work. So what you don't want to do is quickly do it on the side and not show your work, because I'm not gonna give you credit for that. You have to show your work. Does that make sense? All right, that was a good question. If it's an easy problem, don't worry about it. If you have to show your work, justify work. Okay, other questions? Anybody else? All right, just a reminder, we're gonna have back to school night coming up, and I'm gonna tell your parents, you have to show your video. If you guys don't feel like showing your video, I'm not gonna show my video, which means you're not gonna see my work. So I think it's only fair. I have to get ready in the morning and I have to teach and I have to show my video. You have to show your video, or I'm not going to show my video. That means you're not going to be able to see my work, and I'm not kidding. So you have to show your video. We're in class. We are in class. When you walk into my classroom, you have to be on time. You have to be present. And the same thing goes for what we're doing now. Okay, last call, any questions? Okay, what I want to do now is I want to see if there's any questions on P1. So the other day I went over things, but are there any questions about P1?
All right, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So on P1, I've seen that like you have to kind of like the properties for I believe it was from exercise 75 to 80. So do you want like us to study the properties to understand, you know, okay, what type of problem is this? Like, for example, okay, this problem is commutative property of addition, right?
Okay, guess what? Bernie, since you asked this question, I'm going to give you a big hint. You ready? You need to know, Bernie, thank you for asking these questions because now everybody listen up because you're going to thank Bernie. You need to know 3 of them. You ready? You need to know the commutative property. You need to know the associative property, and you need to know the distributive property. Don't worry about the other ones.
Okay.
See, this is the advantage of asking questions. You get hints, and the hints are going to help you. So don't study all the properties, just study those 3.
What was property?
Go ahead, Georgina.
What was the last property?
Distributive.
The commutative property, the associative property, and the distributive property. Now, unless I'm a horrible, awful person who's just trying to trick you, those properties are going to be on the exam. Don't worry about the other ones. All right, other questions? All right, well, listen, I've been talking a lot lately. So what I'm going to let you do right now is I'm going to let you go into your Math Wizard teams. And you can ask each other questions there, get clarification on anything that I said today. You can ask questions about problems on P1. And guess what? We're not going to return today. So I'm going to turn off the video. I'm going to turn off my recorder, but I will be checking in on you and taking attendance. And so I will see you in your teams. All right. I will be switching up the teams, but I'm trying to get situated here. So when you're in the teams, you do want to talk. We're practicing talking. So if you're somebody who's quiet, please work on talking more than the math. I want you all to try to talk because at some point in your life, you're going to be asked to talk. And so I want to practice talking in the teams. Okay. All right. So we're not going to report back today. Class is over at 10:15, and I will see you in your teams. Make sure you're there if you don't want to be marked absent. All right? Okay, it was good seeing you guys. Okay, I'll see you in your teams, okay? All right, have a great day, and don't be afraid to contact me if you're having trouble getting your online account. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys in your teams.